So here we go. We're going to do the first mission of the book, Bandits over the River. Mission size, we're going to take and roll dice for it. A 1 or 2, it's 50 points. 3 or 4, it's 75 points. 5 or 6, it's 100 points. We will roll to see who the attacker is. High roll will be the attacker, and the attacker does have the initiative on turn 1 based on the surprise attack rule. The rest of the turns will roll for initiative as normal. High roll will always be first to move and shoot. This is to keep me from playing any preferences on my part. There's a special rule or optional special rule called mech yards. I decided against using this rule simply because this is the first mission. I'm probably going to make some mistakes. No need to make the game more complicated with rules I'm not familiar with. Let's see what happens. So we're rolling for the size of the battle right now. 1, 2 is 50 points. 3, 4 is 75 points. 5, 6 is 100 points. And we are going to go for the full 100 points. Now we're just going to roll to see who has initiative. Green dice is Orcs, blue dice is Imperial Navy. And with a 2, the Imperial Navy will be the attacker. So the Imperials have won the right to be the attackers. At 100 points, it's a good thing I chose 100 points worth of fighters. We have our 3 Thunderbolts and our Thunderbolt Fury flown by the captain. Up against them, they will be ambushing the Orcs. Again, we're taking out the entire Orc Air Force, or fighter force. 3 Dakka jets and 2 fighter bombers. Actually, there's 1 Dakka jet being left out simply because there's not enough points to take them. The 2 fighter bombers are 50 points, and the 3 Dakka jets are 48 for a total of 98 points. And that will be our battle. So at 100 points, the Orcs get to take 3 Dakka jets and 2 fighter bombers. And here we have our fighter bomber. Number 1 is flown by Birdie. Number 2 is flown by Ernie. Dakka jet number 1 is flown by Ralph. Dakka jet number 2 flown by Gralf. And Dakka jet number 3 flown by Snalf. I don't know where I came with these names, but at least I have some names for you. So because of my careful planning, the Imperial Navy 441 Squadron, all 4 fighters equals 100 points exactly. So we're bringing Thunderbolt Fury number 2 with Captain Biff, Thunderbolt number 3 with Lieutenant Bob, Thunderbolt number 4 with Lieutenant Bill, and Thunderbolt number 5 with Lieutenant Brad. So here we are at deployment of turn 1. All the aircraft right now are at altitude 3, so they have maximum maneuverability up and down. The white dice is the exact center of the board. All the Orc aircraft have to be within 6 hexes of it. In actuality, red one is 1 hex away and everyone else is 2. All the Dakka jets right now are traveling at speed 6, and the fighter bombers are traveling at speed 5. Gives them a little bit of maneuverability for changing speed if they need to. Meanwhile, down here, again, all the fighters are at altitude 3, and based on the rules, all the fighters are starting at speed 6. They must start at maximum speed. So, Imperials won the initiative and are required to move and shoot first. We're going to start off with this Thunderbolt. He's going to move forward 6 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to leave him there like that in hopes that either he's good bait or someone else will come and get at him. Going for this fighter bomber, he's got a turn. He's traveling speed 5. I think I'm going to turn him this way. 1, 2, 3, and we'll turn him back the way he was going for 5. This way he's got, oh no he doesn't. I'll leave him there. I made a mistake on that one. I was hoping to keep him in the front arc, but actually he's going to turn out to be in the side arc. Next activation, I'm going to do the far Thunderbolt. He's actually doing a stoop. So traveling speed 6, he's going to turn once. 1, 2, turn again. 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to turn him to face inside so that if anybody comes back, he's got a good arc to shoot at somebody. Now we're going to activate this Fighter Bomber. He's doing a turn as well. He's traveling speed 5. He's got a maximum speed of 7. I think I'm going to increase him to 7. So 5, 6, 7. He turns. 1, 2. Turns again. Oh no, he only gets 1 turn. 2, 3, 4. No, 3. Turns back. 4, 5, 6, 7. And in this case, he is keeping that Thunderbolt in his front arc. Next activation, we'll do this other Thunderbolt. Again, he's doing a stoop, traveling speed 6, turning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn once, 6, and turn again. This way he's able to keep that Fighter Bomber in his front arc. That leaves me with the Daka Jets. I'm going to start with this one. He's doing a stall turn. He's traveling speed 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That actually works not too bad. I'm going to leave him at 6. So he's going to go up once, turn around, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now he's in short range to the first Thunderbolt and keeping in his front arc. This Thunderbolt. Oh wait, we still got the captain. Forgot to move him. He's doing a straight 1. So I've got him presently doing speed 6. He's going to cut back down to speed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to turn so that he has a good arc of fire in this direction. Meanwhile, turn this guy around. Again, he's at speed 6. He's doing another stall turn. So I want to be in short range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll work fine. So 1, 2, turn around. 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts him at range 3 to the Fury. And finally, we have this lone Daka Jet here. Again, he's traveling 6. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I may take him all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn him around, 6. I'm not expecting him to do anything this turn, but he'll be in a good position to choose maneuvers next turn. And that will take care of movement for turn 1. So, looking at the first Imperial activation, there's lots and lots of targets for everybody. However, we have sort of a circle of death happening around here. Depending on who shoots first, somebody else will die. So, the temptation is for the captain to take and shoot down that Daka Jet before he unloads and shoots down Thunderbolt number 5, flown by Lieutenant Brad. But Brad's the self-sacrificing type. The Fury is what's important, as is the squadron leader. So he's going to fire first. Try to shoot down DACA 1 before it takes and shoots down the captain. So at mid-range, we have 6 shots needing 5s to hit and 4s to damage. And it looks like Brad got 3 hits so far, needing 4+ to damage. No explosions on autocannons. And we managed to get 2 damage points onto the DACA jet. DACA jet only having 2 structure points, he shot down. So that was DACA jet leader Ralph. Ralph is already gone. Who will replace him as the squadron leader? We don't know. Seeking to avenge his wing leader, and knowing he's already in sights of the Fury, the DACA jet flown by Snalf is going to attempt to shoot down poor old Lieutenant Brad. Short range DACA jet gets 8 shots, needing 5s to hit and 5s to damage. Ooh. I think a little bit of fear inspired poor old Snalf. So we got 4 hits, needing 5s to damage. And there's 2 damage points on Lieutenant Brad. So one good turn deserves another. Captain Biff, seeing that Lieutenant Brad managed to save his life, he's going to try to save his. Now the DACA jet has already fired, so there's no point shooting at him, but that fighter bomber still has Brad in his forward arc. So he's going to try to shoot down the fighter bomber before the fighter bomber unloads onto Brad. Fighter bomber is at mid-range, so he gets 7 shots with his Avenger bolt cannon, needing 5s to hit and 4s to damage. 1, 2, oh dear, 4 hits on the fighter bomber. So 4s do damage, 6 do an extra damage. And we have 3 points of damage, which is just enough to shoot down the fighter bomber before he has a chance to unload on Biff. That was fighter bomber number 2. That was being flown by Ernie. So the Orcs are in real trouble now. That DACA jet way up here, he's out of range of everybody. I shouldn't have been so cautious about him. He can do nothing in this particular activation. And the fighter bomber over here, both Thunderbolt and Thunderbolt Fury managed to get out of his front arc, just barely. Fortunately, he does have a turret, but the closest fighter, or the Thunderbolt, is at medium range. So he's only going to get 1 shot, needing a 5 to hit and a 5 to damage. Let's see if he can do it. And he rolled a 3, not enough to hit. So that will take care of the last of the Orc activations for all intents and purposes. So, in retaliation, well, actually not for retaliation, out of boredom, this Thunderbolt is going to take a shot at that fighter bomber. He's at medium range. He's just barely in the front arc. 6 shots, needing 5s to hit and 4s to damage. And he hits only once, but 4+ to damage, no explosion. No damage from the autocannons. He does still have his las cannons. 2 shots, again, needing 5s to hit. We got 1 hit. And these damage on a 2+ and extra damage on a 6. And he just barely got enough to damage him. So 1 damage on the Orc fighter bomber. Final shooting activation for the turn 1. This Thunderbolt is going to take and fire on this poor lone DACA jet. and he's at perfect range, range 5. That's medium for his guns. He gets 6 shots, 5s to hit, and 4s to damage. And wouldn't you know it, the autocannons don't hit once. Oh, he still has to face las cannon shots, needing 2, 5 to hit, 2 to damage. And he will hit once. So las cannon's damage on a 2 do extra damage on a 6. And the las cannon does not damage. That's one lucky Dakajet. So at the end of turn 1, Orcs are in trouble. As you can see, we're down to 3 aircraft from 5. And Imperials have lost no aircraft, although 1 aircraft is badly damaged. He only has 1 structure point left. So the orders are now out. We're ready for number 2, turn 2. Rolling to see who has initiative. Blue for Imperials, green for Orcs. And Orcs have the initiative, and they probably don't want it. So we're going to take and move the Dakajet first. He's going to do a stall turn. He's going speed 6, altitude 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good place to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to turn right around. This way no one can get behind him. And he has a good arc here in case someone tries to turn around in front of him. Next Imperial activation, it's going to be... Actually, I'm going to do the damage guy first. He's going to take and do a stoop. Now, he's badly damaged, but he's traveling speed 5. First thing I'm going to do, or sorry, he's speed 6, he's at maximum speed. I'm going to climb him to altitude 5 and still keep him at speed 6. So first of all, turn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn once, and he's still got to do 1 turn, 6. So there's where he is at, but he climbed from 3 to 5. And that will reduce his speed from 6 down to 5. The reason I did that, Orcs can't get up to altitude 5. So any shots at him will require a 6 to hit, even if he needs a 6 to shoot back. I think the next Orc to fly will be our Dakajet over here, and he's doing a standard turn. He's still going speed 6. I think I want to have him turn this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he'll turn face this way. He's not going to climb, he's going to stay at altitude 3 so that he can have a possible shot later. That brings us to this Orc, or Imperial Flyer. He's doing another stoop. He's traveling 6. I'm going to keep him at 6 and we'll climb to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have to do at least 1 turn this way, 6. And again, he's going up to 4. And his speed drops down to 5 because he climbed. Oops. Forgot to move his damage markers. That leaves the Orc Fighter Bomber. He's doing a turn. This is not what he wants. He's going to stay at speed 5. Actually, I can go up to 7, right? Yeah, he's a maximum throttle of 7. So I'm going to take him to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7. And I'm going to climb him to altitude 4. Just to make them work for it. So speed is 6, altitude is 4. That just leaves the last 2 Imperial aircraft. Captain Biff is going to do a swoop. So that's presently speed 4. This guy is still at altitude 3. I think I'm going to just leave him like that. So turning 1, 2, 3, 4. And he turns back the way he was facing. And he's done his move. And finally, our last Thunderbolt, he's doing a stoop. So I'm going to turn him. He's at speed 6. I think I'll keep him at 6. But I'm going to climb him to 4. So 1, 2, 3, turn 4, and he's going to be there. Oh wait, that was 6. He's got 4, 5, turn 6. And he's going up to altitude 4 so that he has a better shot at the bomber, fighter bomber. And that's the end of movement for turn 2. So turn 2, Orcs get first activation. Again, they probably didn't want it, but in this case, there's only 2 aircraft that really have a shot. Right now, the fighter bomber is looking at getting broadsided by this Thunderbolt. So he's gonna shoot first because he's already suffering damage and he's not expecting to live. Unfortunately, the Thunderbolt is medium range away and he's not in the front arc. So the only thing the fighter bomber can use is its turret, which at medium range has a single shot needing 5s and 5s. And it will miss. So much for the turret. Rather than keep everybody in suspense, the Thunderbolt will take and shoot at the fighter bomber now. Needing 5s to hit and 4s to damage, he gets 6 shots at medium range. And he gets a grand total of 1 shot, or 1 hit. Now these don't explode, so 4+ he damages it, and there's a damage point. Unfortunately for the fighter bomber, he still has las cannon shots, so he's got 2 shots. Again, needing 5s to hit, and the las cannons miss as usual. So the only other real shooting the Orcs have is this Daka jet. As you can see with the laser pointer, the front arc crosses the closest Thunderbolt, but the damaged Thunderbolt is just behind the line, so he's safe from being shot at. So although the damaged Thunderbolt would be the preferred target, the Daka jet will instead shoot at the undamaged Thunderbolt directly in front of him. At this range, he gets 8 shots, needing 5s to hit and 5s to damage. Let's see what we can do. Oh dear. 1 single hit. Needing a 5 to damage. And he rolled a 3. Not enough. That takes care of the Daka jet. So Captain Biff here has a shot at the Daka jet. He's at mid-range, so he gets full shots. 7 shots with the assault cannon, needing 5s to hit and 4s to damage. And he'll get 1 hit with the assault cannon. 4+ to damage, 6 does 2 points. And it fails to damage. Firing 2 las cannon shots. He hits once. Now he only needs a 2+ to damage and 6 will do 2 points. and he'll do a single point of damage on the Dakajet. So at the end, turn 2, this Dakajet doesn't have a shot at anybody. The closest one in his arc is this guy. He's at over 10 hexes away, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's at long range. His guns only go as far as medium, so he's out of range. This guy is out of arc. He used to say this guy's out of arc. So that's it for the orc shooting. However, it's not all bad news for the orcs. These guys, he's the closest. He's over 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's just outside of long range. He can't be shot at by either of those two thunderbolts. So that will end turn 2 shooting. So I had to change the angle here because so much of the map is in use, and by the time I could get most of the map onto the view screen, I had glare coming in from a window. So here we are, top of the turn, rolling to see who has initiative. Blue for Imperials, green for Orcs. Tied. Let's roll that again. Tied again. Tied again. That's 3 in a row. Orcs win the initiative whether they want it or not. And they do not. So, activating the first flyer, let's do the fighter bomber. He's chosen to do a turn. Now he's traveling speed 4. I can accelerate only 1, so he's going to go up to speed 5. Sorry, he's at speed 6. I'm going to turn him up to speed 7 now. And that's his maximum speed. Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll turn once more, 7. And that's really the best he can do for himself. Activating the Imperials, I'm going to take my damage Thunderbolt, who's at altitude 5. He's going to do swoop. So he's turning, and he's at speed 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'll turn back this way. I'm keeping him at altitude 5. I don't expect him to do anything more this game. I'm just trying to keep him alive. That brings us to this Dakajet. And he's gone and done a turn. Now he's traveling speed 6. His maximum speed is 8, I believe. Yeah, and he's got a throttle of 2. And he is at altitude 3, so let's take a chance. Turning toward him, I'm going to increase speed to maximum to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he's going to turn 2 hexags this way. He's staying at altitude 3. Meanwhile, he was planning on doing a swoop. He's traveling at speed 4. He's at altitude 3, same as there. So, what should I do? Turn this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn twice. Or sorry, only once. 5. And Oh, I'm only going speed 4. Sorry, I went too far. So at the moment, he's now facing that way. Yep, so that's where he is. He has no shots, but he's out of the way. That leaves our final orc pilot. He's doing a turn as well. He's presently traveling speed 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can do it. I'm going to set him up to speed 8. Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he'll turn this way. He's actually got to turn one more. Unfortunate. But he'll stay at altitude 3 because he can't shoot at him anyway. And that leaves us with these two to go. So we have a stoop. He's traveling 5. I think we'll go this way. 1, 2, turn 3, 4. Turn again, 5. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be able to And this guy, he's at altitude 4 anyway. He's doing a turn. I'm already traveling 6. If I go diving down, I could be in trouble. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to drop him down to speed 4. So 1, 2, turn around, 3, 4, and I'm dropping my altitude to 3, which will increase my speed from 4 back up to 5. So I might get a shot at that guy. Let's see what happens. So looking at all the orcs are supposed to have first activation. They have no shots anywhere. On the other hand, only one Imperial pilot has a shot that I can see anywhere. And that happens to be this Thunderbolt against that Daka jet. And wouldn't you know it, not only is he in the front arc, he's in medium range, so he's going to get full rate of fire on his autocannons. Needing 5s to hit. We got 2 hits. Needing 4+ to damage. No extra exploding dice. We got 1 hit so far. Remember, it doesn't explode on a 6. But we also have 2 last cannon shots, needing 5s to hit. 1 hit. And needing 2+ to damage. Oh, that's 2 points damaged. There goes the Daka jet. So in spite of changing altitudes at one point, the Thunderbolt was able to match him and shoot him down. So here we are, the end of the turn, beginning of the next. Orcs are down to 2 fighters. 1 Daka jet, 1 fighter bomber. Both are badly damaged and have 1 structure point each. Imperials, 1 Thunderbolt is badly damaged and down to 1 structure point, but the rest are undamaged. So let's roll to see who gets the initiative this turn. Blue is Imperial, green is Orcs. And Imperials are going to get first activation this turn. So, forgot to put a counter on this guy. I'll move him first. He's just going to do a straight and level per the rules. So speed 5, altitude 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That brings us to the Orcs. First of all, to fight Obama, he's doing, whoops, wrong counter. He's doing a swoop, but he's turning this way, going 1, 2, and off the board. Why, you say? Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and live to fight another day. Captain Biff, he's going to take and do a turn. He doesn't really have any choice. He's going to fly off the board otherwise. Turn. He's going speed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he'll turn twice this way. That brings us to our final Orc player who's doing a stall turn. So he's going to go forward 1, turn around, and he's off the board as well. So Orcs are going to concede the area of engagement to the Imperials. Imperials will take the battle. I'll work out the victory points shortly and send you an update.
So that was a rough game for the Orcs. Orc casualties, they lost 2 Daka jets and a fighter bomber. Pilots Ralph and Gralf and Ernie are all KIA or killed in action because they are not aces. They do not have the opportunity to bail out. Meanwhile, the other 2 planes, Daka Jet number 3 with Snolliff and Fighter Bomber with Birdie, they count as accidental disengagement because at the time they were over 25% of the number of aircraft on the board. So it was not a disengagement turn. They count as fully damaged because they were already damaged when they disengaged. So why did I disengage them? Well, this is a campaign. I wanted to try to keep some Orcs with some experience for the next turn. It'll be easier for them to get more experience if they survive another game. If this had been a one-off game, I definitely would have fought on until one of them had been destroyed. But with 2 versus 4 odds, it really made no sense to lose the remaining experienced crews in this kind of a battle in a campaign. For the Imperial casualties, nobody was shot down. Instead, we had Thunderbolt number 5, piloted by Lieutenant Brad, survived but damaged. In fact, he was down to his last structure point. So because he was still airborne and in the area of engagement after the Orcs all took off, he counts as half points, which from 25 is 12.5 points, rounded up to 13 points total for the Orcs. So for final scores, well, it's not hard to tell who won. Orcs only did 13 points of damage on the Imperials, and the Imperials did 98 points of damage to the Orc squadron. Also, with the Orcs being 2 points less than the Imperials get the bonus 2 points for a total of 100 points. So, total victory for the Imperials. I've decided to keep track of campaign points for this series as well. Number of points for a win, it'll be 3, 2 points for a draw. Going to consider scores that are less than 10% of the high scores value apart as a draw, and 1 point for a loss. Note, if this were a tournament, I would reverse the loss to 2 and the tie to 1, just to encourage players to fight to the end. So, Orcs have 1 CP, Imperials have 3. So for campaign experience, Orcs only have 2 survivors. Birdie in Fighter Boomer number 1, he survived 1 battle, but he has no kills. And Snolf, the Daka Jet number 3, he survived 1 battle with no kills. He did cause damage, but damage does not count for this campaign. Only kills. In the Imperial Navy, everybody survived. Captain Biff survived the battle and shot down one fighter bomber for 1 kill point. Lieutenant Bob shot down one Dakka jet for 1 kill point. And Lieutenant Brad shot down one Dakka jet for 1 kill point. Lieutenant Bill, he survived the battle but got no kills. But if he survives another battle, he'll still get the ace skill. So, things that I did wrong this time. Again, completely forgot the Orc fighter bombers had extra armor. Bad. For that, I failed to roll any armor rolls, which could have possibly saved any of those fighter bombers. The other big mistake is fighter bombers only have a throttle of 1. I think for every turn except 1, I was using a throttle of 2. Finally, Orc fighter bombers with extra armor lose 1 from their top speed, so they don't get top speed 7, it's only top speed 6. However, seeing as I didn't use the armor rolls, I think it's fair that I let that one go by. Did some pretty boneheaded moves, especially the last 2 turns when everything scattered. There were just some moves that shouldn't have been done. The fighter bombers could have had some good shots in turn 1 and 2 if I'd been more thoughtful, careful when I was moving them about. It was really my forgetfulness that attributed to the Orc loss this time. Again, should take in change altitude more. The only time I changed altitude was try to save damaged aircraft. If I'd split the aircraft on multiple altitudes in the first 2 turns, it really would have limited the options, possibly for some of the aircraft. Some of the Thunderbolts and the Fury had multiple choices as to who to shoot at, whereas if I had gone up or down on either of those other aircraft, you're looking at 6s to hit, or you move down to get 5s to hit, and then you don't have a shot at the other one at all. Finally, close the window blinds when recording. I really need to watch the camera placement when I'm recording. It started to get some pretty bad glare from some of the angles I wanted to shoot from. So any of you found these videos to be washed out or off color, I apologize for that. Next mission is the Straggler, where we're trying to escort a damaged bomber home. I changed the points value. The rules say to start off at 50 points to 150 points, but with both sides having bombers at 30 points, 50 was just too low. We would not be able to take a bomber and a fighter. So I increased the points up to 75 for rolling 1 or 2, 3, 4 for 100 points, 5, 6 for 150 points. I had already put away the camera, so I just rolled on my desk here, and I rolled a 1, so the next battle will be for 75 points. Roll to see who the attacker and the defender is. Orcs won the roll, so they get to be the attacker. Initiative, high roll, is the first to move or shoot in each turn. In this particular case, it does not say that the attacker has the initiative, so we'll have to roll at the beginning of every turn. Finally, the bad weather night fighting rules are in effect, so I went roll for that and rolled a 6, so we'll be fighting at night. This means no weapons can shoot at long range. Weapons firing at mid-range are shooting at half dice, unless you have infrared or something similar. And short range is not infected. There's the operational special rule for low fuel. I'm seriously contemplating adding that. We'll try that out next time. The low fuel rule, what you end up doing is you roll 2d6 for each aircraft except for the Straggler, and that's how many turns of fuel they have. And the aircraft are allowed to voluntarily disengage on the turn that they would run out of fuel. So that could make things very interesting. We'll see what happens when I roll for that in the mission. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoyed what we've done today. Keep safe and have fun out there.